Well, Credit Sizzle is a website that we designed as a club. It originally became a club. It was myself and a few other people who had some problems with their credit, and we had decided that we would look into the Fair Credit Reporting Acts, the laws that generate the validation and create legislation that the reporting agencies have to follow. When someone comes to the website, what they're going to do is they're going to find some free information. One of them being this video that tells them the most important thing about your credit report is to get out there and make some changes to it, to take advantage of the rules and the regulations that are in place and follow the guidelines and the steps to change your credit score. A credit score is like a snapshot. It always starts out one way or the other. It may be an ugly snapshot where you're getting out of bed in the morning, or it might be a glamour shot. Sometimes a glamour shot is when you're on one of the highs in your life and you can see that your credit is doing fine. At that point, you might go out and borrow $100,000 for a home. When you borrow that $100,000 for a home, if you've got good credit, you're going to pay back $175,000. If you have a poor credit report, you could pay back in excess of $300,000 for that same $100,000 loan. So that snapshot is extremely important, and it only lasts for that one brief moment in time. So what you do is you go in there, you create this fuzzy edges, you create a validation process, and you change your credit score so that it becomes a good picture for the creditor to look at. At that point, you're able to get and locate like a car for $15,000. You get a great deal on that car. But if you finance it for 18%, that great deal turns into a $35,000 car. If you go in there and you get 2% interest, then you're going to pay $17,000, $18,000 for that $15,000 car. So that's the point behind your credit report. That snapshot is important, that no one wants you to know. The information that's there, the information that's available to those creditors is what they use to hold you down. It's repression at its best by the 3 credit reporting agencies, by the government entities, by the bankers, by the stock market. You want to occupy Wall Street? You want to occupy Wall Street with a good credit score. You don't want to occupy Wall Street by being the one who pays back 4 times as much money. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit them with the big one. It's validation. There's a system set up inside of all of the credit reporting agencies called Oscar. And if you go on to Oscar, which you go into Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion, and you put your information into the Oscar system, it goes through a tube, and it's a streamlined tube right back to the credit reporter themselves, the original debt holder. They're able to validate that and create a repair inside that system so that that item stays on your credit report. But if you avoid Oscar, you know the tricks of the trade, the validation, you can get that negative item removed from your credit score 9 out of 10 times, maybe even more than 9 out of 10, probably a 95% rate of removal of negative items. So if you have 10 negative items on your credit report, we can get 9.5 of them taken off, and you can do it yourself if you follow 6 or 7 easy steps. That'll create that glamour shot that you're looking for so that when your creditor checks it, you know when that important purchase is going to happen. You know when you're going to the car dealership to buy the car. You know when you're going to go down and apply for the loan. Fix your credit. Spend that 2 hours a week that it takes. The biggest problem with credit repair is whether people are going to pay $2,000 for it or whether they're going to pay $30 for it. They still don't do it. They know it's available. People like me are telling them there's $37 guides online that'll tell you. There's $1,700 companies that'll save you money. People just don't take that first step to repair their credit. That's what we're here to do. We're here to empower the people to take that first step.